my friends. Welcome back. It's Monday. I have my coffee, as always. Today, I'm doing another ALIP song. It's getting close to Christmas here. Figured I'll do some Christmas songs, but I don't really like most Christmas songs. So, I'll do alternate versions of them or, reimaginings. I might do, for example, the My Chemical Romance version of All I Want for Christmas Is You, because I like that version. Today I'm doing Jingle Bell Rock. It's a fingerstyle cover. This is an older one. I think this is 2 or 3 years old on his channel. But we'll get into it in just a minute. Before I get into this, obviously, like and subscribe. I always appreciate that. I'm not a professional. I'm not an expert. And I don't even really like Christmas music that much, so I'm probably not going to dig too deep into this one. And also, don't be a dick. Let's just try to keep it nice. Try to keep it friendly. You guys have all been great so far. I always appreciate hearing from you. I try to be thoughtful when I do these, and I appreciate thoughtful comments in return. With that out of the way, let's get right into it. This is Jingle Bell Rock, fingerstyle cover by ALIP Bata. All right, I enjoyed that version. Okay, so let me explain what it's like to be an American. For those of you who are watching from Indonesia, in America, Christmas music like this is pretty much constant on the radio, in stores, in shopping centers, in food places, starting basically right after Thanksgiving. So the end of November through Christmas. And there's only like 30 recognizable Christmas songs. So you hear the same songs a lot every year for your whole life. Sometimes you hear different versions of the same songs. Every once in a while there's a new one that comes on the market. But for the most part, it's the same songs that were popular in the 40s and 50s. That tends to be the Christmas. It's a very nostalgic time for Americans, the 50s, right? World War II was over. You guys actually had just gotten your independence in 47, 48. And the GIs had come home. there was money that was sort of just flowing. People had access to it. White people specifically had access to it. That's when you get, TV shows from the 50s, like Leave It to Beaver, and, Andy Griffith show was 60s, but some of these idyllic shows about mom and dad and their kids and their, nice house that they have out in the suburbs with the neighbors, and everybody seems to have more than enough money, and everybody gets along, as long as you're white. You'll notice, you probably won't as much because I don't think you're watching the same TV shows, but there's not a lot of black people that show up in popular 50s media for racism reasons. But the point being, these songs tend to evoke a time when life was easier, and not just for racist people, right? I mean, it's the idea of like living in a time when one income was enough, because there was a while in the U.S. where one person working a manual labor type job, working in a warehouse, working in a auto facility, right, making cars, making parts, you could make enough on that job to support your family. Your wife could stay home with the kids. She could be your housewife and do the cooking and the cleaning, which, that's a whole different issue. Okay. But let's just assume she was interested in having that be her role, right? She wanted to stay home. So if you wanted it to work out this way, you could go to work. You had your steady job. You had your union. And then you'd come home and dinner would be ready. And the kids would be all, happy to see you. Hi, Dad. Right? So these songs kind of bring you back to that time in American history, which was partially real. I mean, it's not just an imagined time, right? It's not just a sort of marketed time. There was some of that was real. But we tend to stick to these older songs. And so when you hear them 100,000 times, they sort of lose some of their charm. But I really like this version because, one, he played it with some swing, right? He played it bluesy, sort of syncopated. So some of the notes were a little bit offbeat. He was letting it breathe a little bit, which I always appreciate. And it's really cool to see somebody play the whole song with one hand. I like the little harmonics that he's throwing in. Right, the song itself is not that interesting as a song, but to see somebody play the whole thing on one instrument by themselves, it's a lot of skill, right? And the skill makes it interesting. I mean, this is holiday music. This is Christmas time in my country. We're just under 2 weeks away. I'm excited to hear what you guys got me for Christmas. I accept cash. I accept coffee pods. Although, actually, if you really wanted to get me something for Christmas, send me some good old Sumatran or Javan coffee beans from the source. That'd be pretty cool. You are, of course, not obligated to do that. I am mostly joking here. But I do hope you guys have a good day. I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you for watching. Be safe. I just heard about the new laws that are being passed and intended to go into effect in the next couple of years. Those are concerning, I think. I hope that they're not... frankly, I hope that they get repealed or pulled back. But I hope that they're not used to unfairly target people. I know there is concern about that. Be safe out there. Drink lots of water. And be nice to each other.